Welcome back, folks. Just about done here. I've still got one complete assembly to put the bearing in and the drive hub. This one was completed. Nice new shiny. Nice. Right, it's a nice new hub. Nice and quiet. Alright, just flip her over. Speed sensor goes back in the hole after we've confirmed that we fit the bearing the correct way around, and then press your hub into the bearing. Make sure you support the inner race at this end, and only press on the hub from the other end. Always make sure you support your bearings correctly. These are a split bearing. The inner races are in two pieces, as we've already discovered previously. The two inner sections generally come apart. And they'll leave half the bearing on the hub. The other half is what's left sitting on there. So, alright, that's that far. Now, point I made in one of the early videos, this axle was really seized in its hub on the other unit. So what I'm making sure of with the making sure the splines are all cleaned up on the axle, and before I go ahead and fit this, making sure that we don't have a extremely tight spline to try and fit back together once we get on the car. I really want it as far as, hopefully if it'll go nicely like it does. This was firm in a few spots, but I've placed it in a few different places and worked out the best position for it. So, and I've actually put some marks, so when I come to fitting it all back on the car, make my life easier, I'll line my marks up, and then I know that this is just a nice easy fit to go back together. As long as you get your threads coming through with a bit of grease on your nut and your threads, you could gently wind it back on. I wouldn't recommend a rattle gun or anything like that, because you'll likely damage the threads, but even with a ratchet, clean your splines up well, test fit it. If it gets a bit tight towards the end, it's only going to cause you problems later, but you may not have a choice other than to keep going with it. But yeah, we've made sure this is definitely going to be a nice fit. The other hub goes on the opposite side of the car, which wasn't an issue coming apart, so make sure we give that a good clean up on the vehicle before this all goes back on, and then we're just about done. I'll reassemble mostly the hub and the axle back together before I go back to fit it, but I won't tension the shaft nut until it's back on the vehicle. Anyway, maybe one or two more videos to come, so come back and join me soon. Thanks for watching.